current situation.
Yes, you have two from Russia, Stavelova, Burukina, and then you have Barutsi, Smigun, Shevchenko, Valbusa, maybe Sachenbacher, who right now are in the back of Burukina. It's a good pace down there, but these 7 races are fighting for the medals.
But in your experience, you can't afford... Sachenbacher's a minute and 8 or 9 seconds off the pace. You can't be off more than that, surely.
No, but it's 30 kilometers, and we have seen before that the last 5 in the long distances, a lot of things can happen. So we will see.
Switzerland's Natasha Leonardi, and all the early racers. Well, we've told you how well we think the Kazakhstan and also Vera Zatikova of Belarus are doing, and those are the notable racers for me. We haven't really had a look recently at Kristin Styrer, who was a slow starter with 30 seconds to make up. Let's see where she was at 15,000 meters. Just trying to catch her. She's wearing bib number 42, and we just haven't managed to track her as yet. Styrer. Yes, she's 3 minutes and 23 seconds down, so she's having what we would describe as a horrible run.
Yes, you can look at Ellen Ek in the picture, and she is going a little bit better and better and climbing up close to the top 15. That's a good race for Ellen.
Yes, Jannica Østerby of Norway, Styrer's teammate, having an even worse run. She's about 4 minutes off the pace. So the two young Norwegians, don't know what the problem is. Could it be skis?
I don't think so. The Norwegians have okay skis so far, but to come to the World Championships and go to the start line with a young head, it's not so easy. But a good experience for the future, and I'm sure that we will hear from the Kristin Styrer in the later championships coming on in Oberstdorf and in Turin.
Well, this is an extraordinary situation here. Here are the two sisters, the two Zatikova sisters for Belarus. Natalia, who's almost finished her race. She's coming up to 22,500 meters, and it was Vera behind. But now to the business end of the race. And it is still Gabi Barutsi who's leading Sabina Valbusa. And those two have got past Kaiser Varis, and that tells you how much Gabi's now trying to put into this race.
Yes, she's going with everything she has, and it should be good now for her that Valbusa or Varis could try to help her a little bit. It's quite difficult to stay in front all the time. I think Valbusa is looking very good, and it's looking like Varis also have got some more energy again.
Yes, Gabriela Barutsi, born in Udine, and her better mum and dad, Lucio and Giuliana, are going to be really watching this with fingers crossed and toes crossed and everything, and her brother Marco as well, because she is a tremendous athlete, but the pressure on her shoulders is enormous. When you become an Olympic champion, as she did in Salt Lake City last year, expectations just rise and rise, and those Italian flags, I think everybody here would like to see them waving for her at the end of this race.
Yes, we have quite many spectators around the track, and they are waving with the flag of Italy and waiting for a medal for Barutsi.
Yeah, she's never won an individual world medal. She's had loads and loads of relay silvers and relay bronzes, but she's never won an individual world medal. So that's her quest today. Now, Russia's Zaviolova and Kristina Smigun. Smigun must be getting sick of the sight of Zaviolova.
Yes, 22.5 kilometers, 7.5 kilometers to go, and now I think Smigun is waiting and will put on an attack. She has to do that if she wants to win this race.
Yes, because this is the last loop, and the last loop in terms of climbs. She's got to attack on this first climb, hasn't she, out of this stadium?
Yes, after about 2 kilometers of the last lap, you have a very steep uphill, and that should be the place to try.
So can Kristina Smigun bid for a second goal. This is the telltale moment for Christina Smegen, or we call it Team Smegen because of the family connections here. I mean, you've seen them work over the years. It's quite an organisation.
Yes, they are working a little bit outside of the Estonian team, and sometimes it's not so lucky because for the team feeling it could be better to have everybody together.
Yes, and of course her parents were no mean achievers in their day.
Yes, the mother and father are training her. They are living together, traveling together, and we have the younger sister of Christina who right now is studying in the US and making very good results there in the World Championships.
Yes, but poor Katrin has always lived in the shadow of Christina.
But we see in the sprint race that we have Tobias Fredriksson living in the shadows of Mattias Fredriksson, but now he's out in the sun.
So Nagakina really has been burned off. I can't really see her getting into the medal race.
No, she is off the race right now. I think she will have problems to manage the top 10 or top 15 maybe also.
So the leader is through the stadium at 22,500 meters with a 20-second advantage over Gabriela Peruzzi, who of course has got Valbuza on her tails. Zavialova, Zavialova and Smegen, there's just 30 seconds separating them. They are traveling together. So it's fascinating that the second and fourth, the two Italians, are together, and the first and third are traveling together. So the real question is whether Valbuza can move on Peruzzi or help her to ensure that she gets a medal and may ultimately pay the price of ending up in fourth place, which is where she is now. Can Christina Smegen make this big attack on Zavialova and grab back that 30 seconds? Because those are the major questions now. Not to forget, of course, Burakina, who is still in this fight. She's the one who can mess all the plans up, because Burakina, after one bad patch, seems to be getting back on terms with Zavialova.
Yes, that's a little bit surprising. She was losing, but now she's back again and going very, very fast.
But it does happen on this sort of distance race that you can have a bad patch and you have to dig deep and go through it.
Yeah.
But it was surprising that it happened quite as early as it did.
Really. Shevchenko is looking like she's losing the speed a little bit. She's going alone all the time. And that's what's typical for the long distance running, that you have to be a little bit lucky with your starting number, then you can have a very good pace and a very good results.
Well, that's what's making Burakina's performance even better, because she's also out on her own in sort of no man's land. Here she is wearing 31. She's being pursued, I suppose, by Evi Sakabaka, which does give her some sort of help there. But Elena Burakina, with 7,500 meters to go, is pretty well back in the lead again. We'll get the official confirmation in a moment, but that's what it was looking like as they came down into the stadium. It'll be 1.6 seconds. Well, that's nothing.
No. And it's interesting to see now that there is also three in this group with Evi Sakabaka and Hilde Pedersen, and now actually we have three trains around the track with Smegen and Zavialova, and we have Burakina, Sakabaka, Pedersen, and we also have
Peruzzi and Valbuza together.
Yes, and also with Varis in that group.
So a lot of these young women are going to be unlucky. There are only 3 medals up for grabs. There are no World Cup points, but Burakina it is, with 22,500 meters. Now the other advantage that Burakina's got is that she's started behind all of her opposition, so she can take in all the information that the coaches give her, and if she's got the energy, if she's got the petrol left, then she has the chance to grab this away from Zavialova, away from Smegen, even away from Peruzzi, dare we say that. We hope that's not going to happen. We'll be back very shortly for the final segment of this 30-kilometer freestyle.